Hey guys, welcome back to another video. Today we're going to be covering Greta Van Fleet's Flower Power, which I should have done a long time ago, but just kind of lost track with all the songs they were releasing and stuff. So this one, the cover I did yesterday, was based off of their performance at Lincoln Hall in 2017, I believe it was. It's fairly repetitive songs, so once you get the basic riff to it, like the main riff that goes throughout the song, you should be okay. The solo, however, it follows a structure, which I will tell you guys, but much like the Black Flag exposition, I kind of listened to the initial structure and then got as close as I could while hearing it. So basically I improvised most of the solo in the cover I did yesterday, and just a warning, heads up, like beforehand, I probably won't be able to teach it the same way that I did it yesterday, just because I did it on the spot pretty much. I kind of played around, did what sounded right according to the recording. So yeah, I'll teach you guys the basic structure and then I'll tell you what key it's in, and it's also good because learning to improv on little things like that is really good for you. So I know, like when I was younger, I really wanted to learn how to solo, and it was just little stuff like that I started working on, and now it's even still I'm working on slowly getting better and better at improvising my solos. And yeah, so if you know what key it's in and how the basic structure goes, you should be okay with figuring something out with pentatonic scales and within the chords. So I'll stop talking, let's get right into this. So standard tuning, and so you're starting with an A major chord, and then you're going to play with an open D string, and then you're going to hammer on with your third finger onto that second fret. So one downstroke, so downstroke, and then down up with your third finger on there. So you do that twice, and then the third downstroke, you're going to play it and then hammer on really quickly. So, and then another downstroke with the third finger off. And then I'm playing after you play that chord, I play the G string with your second fret, and then the open D. So right there. So I play that chord and then I play the strings on their own as well. And then a D chord. And then so I'm alternating back and forth between the G string second fret in this D chord and the E string with different frets. And actually I'm kind of hitting both the G string and the D string together. So so you play open E, and then you play the G string or the G string and the D string together with that same D chord position. And then you play on your upstroke, you play second fret of the E string. And then that downstroke is again those two strings. And then you play the B string third fret. And then the G string again. So you're alternating back and forth, up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down. And then once you got to here, you go to, with your pinky, third fret E string. And then back down to that G string again. And then second fret E string, and then back down to the G, and then open E, and then the G, like the G with the position on, and then second fret E string, and then the third fret B string. So. Goes back in. So that's basically the main idea of the whole song. It goes all throughout. So that goes through intro, it goes through the verse, and then getting to the chorus. What I notice he's doing, which I notice he likes to do a lot, is reaching his thumb over the top of the neck. and playing that bass note. So what he's doing for the chorus is he reaches over, plays 5th fret on the E string, and then there's an open A, and then 7th fret on the D string with your 3rd finger, 6th fret on the G string with your 2nd finger, and then 5th fret on the B string. And then he slides that up all the way where his thumb, same position, thumb just goes to the 10th fret. So in that position, thumb on 10th, 3rd finger on 12th on the D string, 2nd on 11th on the G, and 1st on 10th on the B string. And then the strumming pattern there is down, down, up, down, 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 up, down, down, up, down, down. And then so that kind of repeats right into the chorus. And then at the end of the chorus, he goes to this F chord. So you bar your whole 1st fret. It's going to be difficult for some of you who haven't been playing as long. Or to substitute for that, you could just play the easier version of the F chord. So you bar the B string, E string on the 1st fret, 2nd fret G string, and then 3rd fret D string. And then for those of you who want to tough it, you can play the full bar, which sounds better because you got the bass notes in there to palm mute. So you play the F, it's a bar on 1st fret, and then like a C major, what kind of chord position? That's like an E major chord position, sorry. E major chord position, so 3rd fret A string, 3rd fret D string, 2nd fret G string. So you play the chord, and then you palm mute it. And then you slide that position up to the G. So same, just 2 frets. And then back into. So that's basically the main idea. I think it goes through 2 verses, and then after the end of the 2nd chorus, in a recording version, that's where it would go into the actual solo. But in the Lincoln Hall performance, he goes on and sings a little bit more, and they do a bit of an instrumental. And then later on, he goes into the solo. So in that instrumental, he is still doing this thing that he was doing in the chorus with the thumb over top of the neck. So. That goes on for a little bit, and then going into the solo, it's an F sharp pentatonic scale. If you aren't familiar with them yet, I suggest you get familiar with them, just because they help so much in a lot of playing. A lot of guitar players, they use that same kind of structure just to play in certain keys. And if you want to further extend your knowledge, you can learn the blues version. So regular and then blues, and then it fits in perfectly with the Greta Van Fleet style because it's like a blues driven rock. So what he's doing here is he's on 4th fret, he's going back and forth like a whole bend, and then 2nd fret G. This is all on the G string. So he'll do a whole bend on the 4th fret, and then he'll play 2nd fret, and then 4th fret, and then he'll just play around with that riff a little bit. And then I notice also he'll do the bend, the whole bend, and have his 1st finger on the 2nd fret of the B string and E string. play stuff like that, and he'll go back and forth between the E and the F sharp. So it's so difficult to hear it exactly the way he plays it sometimes, just because of the lower registers and also the live performance. But basic positions like that, he plays in this F sharp pentatonic scale down here. And then he goes up to the actual octave above it, same scale up here. It's exactly the same scale, just moved up one octave. So he plays up here, same kind of deal. Playing around in that scale again. You can play with bends, you can play with fifths and octaves. It comes with like practice. You have to work at it over time, and it just knowing your neck as well. So know what is what on your guitar neck and how that relates to the key of the song. And the more you do it, the better you get at it. So one part for sure that you don't want to miss that he goes to is 17th fret on the B string and E string. He'll play those, and then 16th fret on the G string, he'll do a whole bend. And he'll play with the timing in that as well. It's not only just the changing of the notes, but it's also changing the timing throughout the solo. So he's playing the same three notes. Same three notes, but he's just changing the timing a little bit to make it a little bit more interesting. It draws you in still, instead of just same three notes. That still doesn't sound bad, but it's better if it's the full changing the timing, and it keeps everyone interested instead of getting bored on the same thing. So yeah, that's one part, and then he just goes around again in that scale, and then ends with a whole bend, 16th fret G string, and then goes back into the I believe he goes back into it actually where he's playing it with his thumb. And then to end it off, he's playing, so those chords with the thumb, if you can't reach your thumb over the top of the neck, it's fine to do just an A chord and then a D chord. So A, D. And then going into the end of the song, A chord, G chord, D. A, G, D. It does that 4 times, and then he goes into this little, it's almost finger picked, it's just broken chords. So what I'm doing here, open A, 2nd fret of the G string, 2nd fret, so I'll play A chord position, A, G string, D string, B string, and then G string, D string. And then in G position, so I'll play the E string, and then the G string, D string, and then E string, like on the bottom of the neck, B string, G string. And then a D chord. So, D string, B string, G string, E string, B string, G string. So you see the pattern here, it kind of skips over a string, goes back, skips over a string. And then there, once he goes down, he goes back up, and then open E, and then a hammer onto 2nd fret to complete that D chord, and then then back to the A for the second time. And then just a D chord. And then from there on out, Sammy takes over on the keys, doing a wicked solo, and then they finish with an A chord. And then that's how they end the song. They just kind of fade it out. So yeah, it's not entirely super difficult. It's just getting the timing and everything down and that solo. And so yeah, I hope this helped you guys. Once again, I apologize for taking so long to get on this song because it was one of their first ones that they released. So just slipped my mind and ended up doing a whole bunch of other Greta Van Fleet songs and forgot about this one. But now we have it. Not the hardest of their songs, but it'll be a little bit tricky. So yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you have any other questions, let me know in the comment section below. And if you haven't already, follow me on Instagram because I post a lot there that I don't post on YouTube, just smaller solos and stuff like that. I'll leave that link down in the description below. And yeah, don't forget to like and subscribe and keep on rocking, everyone.